it really all depends on your perception of the Kit Kats, because it depends if there's like a binary of like duality system to those specificity, the specificity of duality. The duality is actually just one perspective, which is just a singularity. So there is actually no duality, there is no singularity, all there is just perception. I mean, I guess the problem with the like major like contemporary paradigm is the fact that like everybody's like super influenced by like Descartes, and like Cartesian like components of hyperbolic doubt is like ultimately like fundamentally flawed, because as much as it's a work of genius in the reductionist aspect of like what is it that we can be sure of, it's the fact that he only spots it in the cognitive abilities, like a cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am, or more importantly, more specifically, the fact that it's like it's actually more translated as I think therefore I am a thinking thing. But the thing I really totally neglects to understand is the fact that there's a step behind that, there's a step beyond that, that he doesn't go to. That is like beyond concept, beyond cognition, which is like pure consciousness itself. I mean, like most people, particularly logisticists, they'll say like, well, 2 + 2 = 4, and it's like you build from that. It's like a mathematical absolute axiom, which is like true. To argue against it would be a total contradiction. But the problem with that is that they're not considering the fact that like the very essence of what is two, like, well, it's like what is two? They think it's like a two of things. It's two subjects. At the end of the day, is it? What if it's true that it's just 1 + 1 is actually just one looking from a different perspective? That renders the whole physics and the whole of like what we understand today is completely wrong. And from my understanding, that's what I can see is like, there is no number 2, so therefore there is no 2 + 2 = 4. It's an impossibility, because the other component which you think is 2 is actually just another 1, just seen from a different perspective. The issue that we have with people like Dawkins and his ilk and these physical materialists is like they don't even understand what an actual tree is. Like, well, more importantly, like what it is they think they know what a tree is, and they don't actually understand what a tree is, because they ultimately don't understand the deconditioned mind. Like, unconditioned mind doesn't know what a tree is, but they are saying their conditioned mind say that there's a tree. It doesn't understand that the tree is separate. He thinks that the tree is separate, but it's not separate at all. Nothing is separate. It's completely interdependent on each other. So if you have, like, for example, like the tree isolated on its own, this is the conception of like people like Dawkins, then you don't understand the fact that the tree is the tree plus oxygen, plus sunlight, plus air, plus space, plus soil, plus it's a multitude of different things, and that's all that we are actually able to describe it as. There may be other multiple facets of interdependence that we just. Then there's absurdism, which allows for some sort of level of meaning, but at the same token, there is an absolute intrinsic irrationality and non-truth about absurdism. In essence, absurdism is absurd. It like falls by its own sword. I mean, the problem with nihilism is the fact that they reject absolutely the fact that there is an objective meaning that can be deduced and rationalised and articulated, not perfectly so, but it's still exactly there. And the fact that they reject it is an inherent subjectivity, which is also true partially, but it is partially true and objectively true. If you combine both concepts, then eventually you get to a position where you can actually understand the reality of things. And the fact that they reject half and partial just makes it up to themselves to make their own meaning, and that's obviously not true. Because if it was true, then we could all just do what we wanted, and there is no moral consequence. It's obvious that there is a moral consequence, what the Buddhists call karma, or cause and consequence. It is obviously there. If I go around about the place, around about my street, and I start slapping people, eventually, one day or another, I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to get slapped. That's an objective reality. That is a truth that has got a meaning to it. The idea that religion is the cause of all human problems is absolutely ridiculous, because religion itself is just a tool. It's a method. It's a method of which we use. And we can use it to do evil, or we can use it to do good. And indeed, that's exactly what we see in the world. So to reject religion outright is absolutely ridiculous, as I say. It's like rejecting the internet. It's saying the internet is the problem of all evil. It's like, it depends on how you use it. You can use it for good or you can use it for evil. Everyone loves to blame other things externally. Like, for example, your mother, your father, you were born in the wrong place, or you're born in the wrong family, or you don't have enough money, or you don't have a good enough job, or if I only get this, if I only get that, if only things were better, then everything would be better. But the reality is we have got what we are, we're here where we are, and it's how we deal with that. And so therefore it's up to each individual's responsibility to be able to deal with things. We cannot control what happens externally. There's many things that happen, but ultimately we can control what we do about it, how we feel about it, and how we see it, and our response and reaction to it. The real problem that is facing us is our own human nature. That is the problem. And in our human nature, we have the animal component to ourselves, which is tribal, divisive, angry, rageful, destructive, but at the same time there's a human component what we call creative, inclusive, solution-based, and building, and it's this paradox, and it depends on how we engage with life, which causes either problems or solutions. It's not all the methods.
Don't be scared.